Stick and move is the phrase of this episode, and it's also, but in fact, the title, and it is season 1, episode 3, and we're going to dive straight into it. We've got a bit of a time skip from episode 2. It's been a few days since D-Wiz passed. I thought there would have been a funeral. Hell, I thought there would have been an immediate aftermath, and essentially straight away you've got Raquel, Kanan's mom, talking about, right, and this is what actually does grind my gears about this show, and shows in general that try and like talk about this, right? So she's like saying, "Oh, another black boy gunned down in the street." Right, there's right. You could say she's saying this to past conversation with her son because she's the one that ordered the hit, right? So maybe to make it like take the pressure off her a bit potentially. But see when they come out and say this sort of stuff, it's like, hold on, you're a queen pin in the game. We've heard kingpin say it before, so it's not a queen pin thing. It's like you're selling drugs, right? You've got people on corners. You're in the drug game. It's America. There's guns left, right, and centre. You're contributing to those deaths, right? Regardless if you're indirectly or directly involved, you are a part of the game. You are causing these deaths, right? You're selling drugs that causes these beefs, etc., etc. See these people that try and sit on their fucking high horse like, oh, there's too many black boys dying in these streets. And before anyone goes, yeah, but if they weren't the queen pin, someone else would be. Yeah, absolutely. I get that, right? So that someone else would take that spot. But at least you would have your fucking morals intact. See this whole... It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's a load of shit. That's what it is. At least try and change it. If there's one thing I hate, it's someone that moans about something that they're doing. A hypocrite. Like, see Walter White. I mean, I didn't hear him fucking crying about drug overdoses, did I? No, because he's selling the stuff. Anyway, thought I had to address that. But yeah, Kanan's still sad about his friend. Dafina asks him, hey Kanan, did you know anything about D-Wiz shooting Buck 20? And he's like, no, I didn't. But that's what the streets are saying. And essentially we get to see Kanan here. He sells his first drug. So yeah, his mom's so bothered about black kids dying and selling drugs in the street. And here she is fucking, our own son, albeit yes, it was our brother that gave Kanan the drugs to sell. But anyway, he sells these drugs. He manages to sell them, make a bit of money, make a bit of profit. He could have made a lot more, but it was his first time selling. He gets told by Jukebox, seeing you're in the street, just be like, yeah, man, I got 20 grams. So he's like speaking out loud, but he's doing it like quietly. And this guy runs over and he's like, yeah, this right here, this is my first sale. So it's obviously this 50 Cent doing a bit of a commentating job on this episode, which he's done throughout, and I hope it continues throughout this series, bear in mind. But yeah, then he does a nice thing. He buys groceries for Dafina and her little sister. So big Kanan here, maybe at the age of 15, which was confirmed in this episode. He is 15. We're in 91. So yeah, that means Kanan was born in 1976 or 75, I guess you could argue that. So yeah, he moves his first drugs. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to go. Essentially, the rest of the episode, you've got Raquel making moves. She manages, this guy she used to be close with, gets the details about the re-up from the opposition crew, so she gives that information to our detective, who in turn has found out that he's got leukemia, and that in order to get this solved, he needs to reach out to families. Like, the only family I got is down in Alabama, and they don't speak to me. And she's like, I don't think you're realising the severity of this situation. You need to get them spoke to. And he's like, well, I guess I gotta speak to those motherfuckers in Alabama. So, yeah, NYPD, they're gonna make a move later on. The re-up. Back to the family, though. Essentially, you're seeing Marvin get with a woman. You're seeing Lulu get with a woman. They're starting relationships. Raquel starting a relationship with Sympathy. And then you've also got this whole other story arc this episode about we're getting introduced to this guy who creates music. Reminds me of Locke, whatever, for San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto. Now, doesn't seem gay, as gayism. But again, it's like, are you trying to tell me that the three main figureheads in this organisation are all getting into their relationships within the first couple of... I mean, that just seems forced. Like, why couldn't one of them already have been in one? I don't know. Is that me nitpicking? Probably. Probably is just me nitpicking. Jukebox, though, she goes to the mall with her to-be girlfriend, and it's like, right, really? Like, does this really need to take up like a fifth of an episode, these two going and singing? It's like, I like the fact Jukebox is in this series. You know, she was in the original Power show, right? And it's good to see other people's like prologue, so to speak, just other than Kanan's. But it's like, really, do we need to keep fucking ramming this whole lesbian storyline down our throat? It's 1991, folks. Come on, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it couldn't have happened, and at least the character was a lesbian in the original Power, so it's not like they've completely rewritten the script. Anyway, pretty much we see Raquel and Kanan. They go to D-Wiz's mum's house. Kanan's crying, he's shedding tears, and his mum's sitting there like, yeah, another black boy died. Yeah, you caused it. You're the one. You put that shitstorm in motion. And she did. Make no mistake about it, folks. She is the one that put that in motion. Then we see the bust at the end of the episode. The NYPD, they take down this car, and essentially they re-up the drugs has been stolen. So because the drugs have been stolen, they've been incarcerated. The police have took them. The police have raided them. The corners are quiet, so yeah, it looks like the opposition and Kanan's crew. I don't even know what they're called. The Kanan's crew, his mum's crew, Raquel's crew, whatever, man. The two parties, man, they both don't have any drugs to move. No corners. The corners are quiet. And it just shows you remove the drugs, the corners are quiet, and that's all the good stuff happening there. So again, can we just stop this fucking rhetoric about another Black Day? And the same's happening in the other spin-off, Power Book 4. And that's in Chicago. Obviously, this is set in 91, so, it's a bit outdated in that sense, but modern day Chicago, I tell you what, you can't go a day in Chicago without a shooting, without a murder. And I say that, without about 10, 20 of them, in all honesty. So, it's what it is, but yeah, this episode was alright. I think it was the worst episode, though, so far, which, again, there only has been 3 episodes, so it's not like it's a disaster, but I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Till next time, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.